What's up, Big Blue fans? It's your man Mason with Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. It's always all about Big Blue, y'all. Just coming here today, and I'm gonna just talk about a rumor that's been going around, and this looks like it's gaining some feet right now. Hey, the rumor is, well, Coach Harbaugh supposedly likes this player I'm talking about. He's spoken to this guy. The guy has played for him before. And also this player has already played for the New York Giants already. Have I given it away already? Have I given it away? Have you guessed who it is? Yep, it's that guy, OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr. There could be an Odell Beckham Jr. reunion. What do you think about that? Before we even start, in the comments, I want you to let me know right now, do you think the Giants should look to sign Odell Beckham Jr.? And while you're there, hit the like button and hit that subscribe button for us, all right? Peace. All right, just think about that. Odell Beckham Jr. back in the New York Giants uniform. It would be interesting. Interesting. But let's think about what's going on with the Giants right now. At wide receiver 1, we got Malik Neighbors, but he's coming off an ACL injury. I guess it's, that they're saying the word out right now that he should be ready. They think he'll be ready for the opening game in this upcoming season. So again, Malik Neighbors at wide receiver 1, but coming off an injury. So that's one. At wide receiver 2, the Giants wouldn't look to need a speedy receiver who can, separate from defenders. That wide receiver 2 could be Darius Slayton. I think the Giants are going to go with Darnell Mooney, who they recently signed. So I look at him as being wide receiver 2. Then at the tight end, we got a matchup nightmare there now in Isaiah Likely. So he's got that spot. And then for blocking tight end, man hurts. Need I say anymore? Man hurts that's what he does. He's a big time blocking tight end. So the offense looks like it's taking some good shape. It's balanced, it's modern, and I wonder, is there room for OBJ on this team? I don't know. What do you think? OBJ, as we remember him, because all of us Giant fans, we remember OBJ making all these, crazy catches and, just and doing his thing on the field. We all loved him for that. But will that guy be the same guy coming back? Let's think about this. Why do we want OBJ to come back? Well, he would be a good veteran insurance, just in case Malik Neighbors is not ready for the season opener. He wouldn't have to rush back because OBJ would be there. He'd be that veteran presence on the team. He would be somebody that Jackson Dart does like him a lot, and I've heard that he has been, talking him up and talking up to management and saying that, hey, it'd be great, if we give OBJ an opportunity to sign with the Giants. So, that's one thing there. 2, let's look at the chemistry with New York. OBJ with his big ego, he's got that. You see that. But he has played in the New York area before. He knows what it takes to be, playing under the lights in New York, where everything you do is under a microscope. But just from when he played here before, he stepped up in the biggest times that the Giants needed, biggest moments. OBJ was there, so I don't think the bright lights are going to bother him at all. So that would be great to have OBJ back for that. He would also be great, in the red zone, and for clutch plays. Because, in the red zone, all Jackson Dart's got to do is just throw the ball anywhere near him, and he's gonna make a catch. Anywhere near OBJ, and OBJ is going to make that catch. It could be one hand, it could be with an elbow, it could be behind his back. OBJ is going to make that catch, in the red zone. So he would be I think he would be an excellent red zone target. Put him along. Think about it. Put that along. Put him out there with Likely. Let's think of this: Likely, Beckham Jr., and Neighbors on the red zone. I hear six. I can hear and I see six. So that would be great to have OBJ for that. And lastly, think about this. OBJ's not coming here signing some, say, $20 million contract. Oh, no, no, no. We ain't having none of that. OBJ is going to have to sign for like the vet minimum with some, make an incentive laden contract. But we got to get him on the cheap. So if he's coming back, it's got to be for the cheap. Again, he's the veteran insurance policy. He knows about the New York media. He can play under the lights of the Big Apple, big red zone target. And again, we got to get him on the cheap. So, that's what I'm talking about right there. Now, one other thing I want to say is let's think about why we would not want OBJ. Um, his production has fallen off. We got to look at that. His production has fallen off in years. I mean, he went a year without playing, but he's not the same OBJ back in 2016. So we got to remember that. Is he a wide receiver one? Nah. Is he wide receiver two? That's questionable whether he's a wide receiver two. He might be. He's between the wide receiver two, three. Some people think he's a four, but he's OBJ though. But he's not that guy we knew way back when. Um, and then the injuries. You remember he's coming off. He's had multiple injuries that have slowed him down a bit. So he's not that same speed burners. Like if he gets one step on you, that's it. They'll catch up to him now. But the thing is, he'll make catches. So I like that. Then there's the thing about this role. What is OBJ's role going to be on this team? Will OBJ take a limited role? Because remember, we got Neighbors as wide receiver one. Mooney is going to be probably two. Again, likely he's in the slot. He's that slot weapon. And then so OBJ, and I haven't even mentioned Darius Slayton. Is Darius Slayton then wide receiver three and OBJ is four, or could OBJ be happy with being wide receiver three? So it's all about the role. And then another key is like, does if we sign OBJ, the Giants sign OBJ, will that block some young talent, some young rookie talent, by him taking away the reps from a young rookie wide receiver? So, those some reasons why we may not want to sign OBJ. Let's look at it again. Let's do this. Let's do this while we're trying to decide. Let's forget the name. Let's take away Odell Beckham Jr., take the name away, and let's just talk football. Just talking football. Again, the Giants have speed and Mooney. They got explosion in Neighbors. We got size potential in a rookie wide receiver, which I would love, and Clay from Brooklyn's with me on this one, to be Malachi Fields from Notre Dame. Malachi Fields would be perfect. He's got that Plexico Burris type body, like 6'4", 222. He's in the red zone. He's a huge threat, huge threat. So, and then you look at Likely out there. Again, he's another red zone weapon. So, is there really room for OBJ on this team? Hmm. I just really wonder. I really wonder, is there room for him? Let's look at it this way. I'll say this. The only way I sign OBJ is one, like Neighbors has a setback. If Neighbors is not ready, he's not 100%, he's not ready, you got to have an OBJ on the team, step in, and you the Giants might be running wide receiver 2A and 2B, with no real wide receiver one. But OBJ could step in and, hold the fort down until Neighbors, was 100% ready to return. Then also you look at it, OBJ would be a depth piece though. It would be a great depth piece. Again, he might not be as fast, but he still has his hands. And again, we can only get OBJ if he will sign on the cheap. Again, a veteran, a veteran minimum contract. Let it be incentive laden, but a veteran minimum contract with a defined role. So he knows he's not going to be going out there getting like, you know, 10, 15, 20 passes thrown his way, per game. You got to know that he's going to be probably, wide receiver three at best, at best, maybe 2, but more so he'll probably be wide receiver 3. We'll be fighting out wide receiver 2 with Mooney. So what I'm thinking now is, I guess, I'll ask you, do you think OBJ should be signed by the Giants? Just think about it. Should he be signed by the Giants? Because what I'm thinking is like OBJ to the Giants, it sounds exciting. I mean, man, I would just love to have him back. But excitement doesn't win games. Fit does. Remember I said that. Excitement doesn't win games. Fit does. And does he fit with this team? OBJ is he's a luxury. The Giants need solutions. This roster is being built the right way. Don't mess it up chasing the past. Can't do that. And lastly, if Odell Beckham Jr. comes back, it has to be for a role. I said that before. It has to be for a role, not for a reunion tour. All right? So, hey. So, again, I want to ask you out there, what do you think? Should the Giants look to sign OBJ? Again, he might not be the speedster that we had back in like 2016, 2017. He might not be that guy, but he's still got great hands. He still can catch that. He can be he can work the middle of the field, But again, he has coming off the injuries, and you got to ask, will he take a defined role? Might not be as glamorous as it was before when he was number one guy. And we think about the injuries and the contract. The contract has definitely got to be, a veteran minimum contract. So what do you think? In the comments, let me know what you think. Should OBJ be signed by the Giants this offseason? So in the comments, please let me know what you think about that. And while you're there, hit the like button, share this, and hit the subscribe button. This is your man Mazo with Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Until next time, y'all. Peace. Big shout out to L Marquee Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis's skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out lmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.